Are you looking for the best 3D printers for cosplay? In this video, we will look at some of the 4 best 3D printers on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Dremel Digilab 3D 45. Another solid pick for 3D print cosplay is the Dremel Digilab 3D 45. Yes, that Dremel. The company that makes the Dremel rotary tool is leading the way in the 21st century with their 3D printer. Its build volume is the smallest on this list, so keep that in mind if you want to tackle big projects. The design is also fully enclosed and looks pretty futuristic. The fact that it's enclosed means that you will hold the temperature better, and you can print ABS without the risk of breathing in the fumes. In fact, it actually has carbon filters for the exhaust air, so it's safe to use in small, unventilated rooms. The big benefit of using this 3D printer is how easy it is. It's one of the most user-friendly 3D printers for cosplay. It has a camera to monitor your print, a big touchscreen, the bed nearly levels itself, and the interface is so smooth. This is one of those printers that you plug in, toy around with for a few minutes, then it's set. When you want to make a print, you essentially just hit go and leave the room. Yeah, it's really that easy. If you use one of Dremel's filaments, the machine will recognize what kind of material it is and automatically change all of the settings. The machine is actually marketed as a classroom 3D printer, so that should tell you how user-friendly and easy to use it is. If you're willing to pay a little extra to get rid of the headaches of troubleshooting, look no further. If you want to print larger cosplay props, then look at the X-Max. At number 2. Qidi Tech X-Max. Little-known 3D printer company Qidi Tech hit a home run with this 3D printer, the X-Max. These guys put a lot of effort into R&D winking and laughing, and they like challenging the industry and pushing new changes. The X-Max has a lot going for it, starting with its badass name. No numbers, not a super long name, not a code for anything. From their X-series printers, this one pushes it to the max. The build volume is huge, the second largest build volume in this 3D printer for cosplay list. And the resolution is pretty respectable. For cosplay enthusiasts, this is good news, as it means less time spent finishing and touching up prints. For around $1,000 you're getting a super sleek looking enclosed 3D printer for cosplay with futuristic lines. And even if you're not a fan of totally enclosed printers, this one is pretty easy to drop the top to turn it into an open printer. I mentioned they love new features. This 3D printer was the first that I know of that offers interchangeable extruders and a dual-zone print bed. One extruder and one half of the print bed are designed for low temperature and flexible filaments. The other is designed for high temperature and abrasive filaments. This is incredible if you like toying around with different filaments. If you have the money to invest, this is a bargain 3D printer that can compete with industrial-grade machines. This is the best 3D printer for cosplay for beginners if you want a machine that is easy to use and operate, prints reliably out of the box, after leveling the bed, want to print big, and want the peace of mind of great customer support. At number 3. FLSUN Super Racer SR. You wouldn't happen to be cosplaying a speed racer by any chance? Just asking, because if you are, here's a printer that'll match your character. FLSUN Super Racer reaches ridiculous print speeds. Its claimed default print speed is 150 mm per second, and it can reach up to 200 mm per second. But so what? Creality CR10S does that too. You're not special, Super Racer. You might think that, but compare the resolution. FLSUN matches Creality in speed, but trounces it in print quality. Fast and good looking, how about that? Super Racer reaches its high speeds due to its unique, in terms of this list, construction. You'll notice that this machine doesn't look like any other printer on this list. It uses delta movement. 3 robot arms move the print head around, allowing to zip and zoom faster than the usual Cartesian system. The downside of the delta system is that it makes the machine pretty huge. You'll probably have to put it on the floor. You can get to printing quickly, too. Super Racer is fast to build, and you can get your cosplay parts printed easily with the touchscreen. As a stroke of genius, FLSUN has magnetized the touchscreen and attached it to a stretchy cable so you won't have to crouch over the machine. There are just a couple of things to note. Super Racer has powerful automation features, but some users say they have to carefully tweak the settings to get the high detail this printer is capable of. Also, although it has a USB port, older versions didn't have it enabled by default for some mind-boggling reason. If you buy a printer that sat on the shelf for a while, you may have to update the firmware. At number 4. Elegoo Mars 2 Pro. If you've paid any attention to 3D printers at all, you've probably heard of elegoo. The brand is famous for a reason. Its printers offer good quality at a great value, and Mars 2 Pro is no different. This resin printer, clad in a devilishly red enclosure, uses a monochrome LCD screen like most budget resin printers. In short, this tech gives Mars 2 Pro a respectable detail quality. It can't, unsurprisingly, match the absolute beast that is the frozen Sonic Mega 8K, but it's still very good. Mars 2 Pro makes tweaking the settings easy, as well. It has a clear 3.5-inch touchscreen and its automation tools, powered by qidi box, greatly reduce the effort you need to sink into your prints. It also works pretty much straight out of the box. If you're after a printer you won't have to mess around with too much, Mars 2 Pro is a good candidate. But you will need to put in some effort for the best quality. Although the automated settings can produce decent results, you'll have to tweak them manually to get the most out of the machine. Even then, it can be a bit temperamental. Additionally, Mars 2 Pro has the tiniest print volume out of any machine on this list. If you want to print bigger objects, you'll have to figure out a way to print them in multiple pieces. To put things short and sweet, elegoo Mars 2 Pro is a capable budget resin printer. It's a good choice for your first machine, or for printing small but detailed props like jewelry.